My dog is. Are you upset about this? Oh, I know. It's so sad. All right, so you guys tonight are going to help me document and put away my antique teddy bear and mohair animal collection. I was told by my husband he took away 40% of my antiques in a U-Haul truck. And most of them were my antique, valuable 1800s German and French dolls. And he told me that I can't get them back. And so I made a negotiation with him that if I put my teddy bear and mohair animal collection into bins, he will trade out. It's like a hostage negotiation. So he's going to trade out my for every bin that I fill with antique teddies and Steiff animals and mohair animals. He's going to give me back one of my bins filled with my antique dolls. All right, so I'm documenting this collection because I don't know where he's going to bring my stuff to, if you know what I mean. All right, so if I need to sue him or have him arrested for burglary, we'll know the value of each item. So what do we have here? This is the first guy to go. Now, the bigger they are, the bigger pieces are going to go into the bottom of the bin, which I lined with paper. This is Manny, Manni, and he was a Steiff bunny rabbit. Now, look how adorable he is. He has this little open mouth that's airbrushed, glass eyes. His ears are bendable into all different poses. His arms are jointed, and his head is jointed. I don't know if you can see this. Is this head jointed? I will tell you in one moment. I think it is. Let me try. Yes, his head is jointed. So his head can be turned 360 and his arms move up and down. Now, what is his value? That is a good question. He's in really good shape. And look at the size of Manny. Okay, Manny is huge. He's about the size of my dog, right, Grover? Grover, why are you shaking? Are you that upset? Grover, he won't even look at me. He's having anxiety. Do you like Manny the rabbit? What's the matter? Just to give you... Oh my God, why is your leg shaking like that? Are you really upset about this? Oh my God. All right. All right. So Manny's the first to go. So what do you do when you want to put your antiques away and your husband's going to cart them off somewhere and take them away? You want to, because if you drop dead, you want to keep a tag on them. So when your kids find your stuff, they don't sell it at a garage sale for 10 cents. And so here we go. Vintage German Steiff Mohair Manny Rabbit, rare large size. $400 to $600 value. Where do I come with that value from? I've been getting prices off of the internet and pretty much figuring out the prices. This particular one is only 14 inches and is getting 400. Now you might say, well, what did it sell for? Yeah, on eBay, something like this is not going to sell for $400. But on specialized sites such as Ruby Lane and more sites that actually, sell things for reasonably close prices to their value, yeah, 400 to 600. Did I say 400 to 600? Yes. Well, because mine's so big. Mine is like, oh my God, like 20 something inches tall. So Steiff was a company, a German mohair animal making company that was in business, oh my goodness, since the 1800s. Still in business today, but their products aren't what they used to be. It was founded by a German handicapped woman. I think she had some kind of issue where she did not have the use of one of her arms and could only use one arm. And I think she was almost blind. And she started making mohair pincushion elephants. And then people started saying, wow, that is beautiful. And her family members, I think her brother, helped her to create the dynasty known as Steiff that we know today. And then she started branching out when mohair teddy bears really became a thing. It started in America, they claim, although there's some argument that Germany was the one that made the teddy bear first. Well, where do you think they got the name the teddy bear from? Theodore Roosevelt, who, there was a whole story about how he was a hunter. He went on a hunting expedition, and there was a bear cub tied up to a tree. He wasn't doing very well that day. And everyone else bagged a bear but him. And so somebody caught a baby bear cub, tied it up to a tree and said, here you go, Teddy. And Teddy refused to shoot the bear. And that's how the legend goes that we got the name the teddy bear because a company in Brooklyn, New York, a small candy store, my dog is still shaking, a small novelty pet store, I'm thinking of dogs, a small novelty candy shop in Brooklyn, some Jewish immigrants One of the wives of the owner of the candy store was a great seamstress, and she made a teddy bear out of some materials, placed it in the candy store window, and everybody started asking about purchasing that bear. She called it Teddy Bear, or Teddy's Bear. She asked Teddy Roosevelt for permission to call it the Teddy Bear, and he wrote back and said, I don't think anyone's going to really buy it. And it turned out that's how teddy bear history got started. All right, let's go on to the next item that's going to go into the bin. First, let's place this guy in. Now, I don't want him to get damaged. By the way, look at the size of this. Look at the size of this. All right, so we're going to have to lay him in here in a certain way so that he does not get damaged. Next two items that are going to go into the box is these two 1930s Knickerbocker American teddy bears. These are underrated. If you find a Knickerbocker bear, generally on eBay especially, a big giant one like this will probably sell for about $150 in good condition. The smaller ones are trending down. For some reason, the teddy bear collectors want early Steiffs. They don't want these Knickerbocker bears, although they're going to probably get more popular as they become more scarce. So these were made in the 1930s, really lovely faces. And so we got Papa Bear and Baby Bear. These are brown mohair. And again, made in the 1930s. All right, so they're going to get tags. Yeah, we got to put tags on them right now. I haven't checked the sellability of them in recent years, so let's see what they sell for. Okay, so we got $135 on this one, $185 on this one, and let's continue to look. We got, let's see, $233, $130, $400. So the prices are all over the place. So what value am I going to put on mine? Let's see what this one sold for. Oh, that's a pretty color. This one sold for $185. All right, so we get an idea about the price. So I'm going to put my price between $180 and $400 for each bear. The next guy we got here is another Steiff. Really adorable with the original bow. Probably, I'm guessing, made probably in the 1950s. I think it's known as Steiff Hoppy Rabbit. Let's turn him around. And he's in a running position. Don't know if you can see this, but he's absolutely adorable. Look at those little glass eyes. He does not have his original button. Not that I see. Sometimes it's hidden. It's hidden behind the ears. Okay, so it's not on this side. And let's see, it's not on this side either. A lot of the parents took the buttons out so their kids wouldn't choke. Oh, he gets a tag. Let's find out how much he sells for. Prices are all over the place. $186.50, that's with all IDs. $98. Let's see what else. $145. Some of them $95. This one doesn't look like it has the IDs. So I'm going to put a price tag of between, because I always like overestimate things, between $135 and $186.50. Now I've seen them sell as high as $186.50. Not that mine's gonna get that, but here we go. I mean, on eBay, everything trends down. So $89.99 on eBay. This one just has the chest tag on it. Mine has nothing, so probably worth way less. Let's see, on Ruby Lane with all ID, $125. So my price is probably a little convoluted, but then again, I don't want my kids to get screwed at some stupid garage sale. See, he's got his price tag on. I don't want my kids to, like, if I drop dead, have one of those estate sales that people come in and think they're going to get the price of things from a gumball machine, if you know what I mean. All right, so we're gonna get him in here underneath Manny. Get under there gently. We don't want to break him. All right, see, he's hidden all the way down there. Okay, next. Okay, next we have this absolutely adorable Mohair dog, and I think it's German. What the hell is this? Oh, it's a tongue I made for another one of my antique bears. I'll show you in a minute. All right, so this is most likely English. It's old. Don't know how old it is. He's got like almost like shoe button eyes in a way. Let's look at the stitching on the mouth. And the way the nose is very, very, very English. And so, yeah, you can take a pin and move the thread over so that doesn't happen. But look at him. He's adorable. His head is completely jointed. And I can comb out his mohair, but he's been sitting on my shelf for so long that, yeah, he has shelf wear and dust. And look, he has his original jingle bell which is really cool. Look at that. And so I don't know. I couldn't find another dog comparable to him, but I probably wouldn't sell him for less than $150. Probably between 150 to 250 bucks. Why? Because he's so unusual. And here he is. All right, so he's going to go into, yeah, he's going to go into here. I'm going to put him in this way. Let's actually, okay, so we're going to place him down this way. All right, next. The name for this bear, he was made by Anker, a German bear manufacturer who bought out, I believe, Herman. Herman was a bear company. And I thought, I read somewhere that Anker bought the bear factory out from Herman. And so this is probably the late 50s, early 60s, maybe even slightly early. He's a standing bear. I believe he's a circus bear. There was a name for him. And look at his mouth. He looks a lot like Teddy Baby. Don't know if you ever seen Teddy Baby from Steiff, but he has almost like a Teddy Baby look to him. His paws stand out like he's standing on his hind legs. He has like Teddy Baby feet. And so I believe he's a Teddy Baby bear. Wannabe. And Teddy Baby was around the 1950s. So I believe this was made by Anker. Here we go. Or it could be like a copy of Steiff's Teddy Baby. Let's stand him up. By the way, I made a tongue for him. He's missing his tongue. I don't know if you can see that here. Let's put his little crepe paper tongue in there. Go ahead and do that. Okay, so now he's got a tongue. All right. And I mean, if you look close, you'll know it's paper. But he's got a tongue. Let's stand him up. And here he is. And he's adorable. What's his price? Have no clue. But I'm going to put a price of $200 to $300 on him. So for comparables, Carmel Doll Shop, which sells exquisite antique dolls and toys, is selling an Anker bear for $295. And so this one has its original tags. Nothing like my bear, because my bear just has a different look. But here's another Anker bear being sold for that price. Carmel Doll Shop always gets their prices. Christie's auction house, they never always show you photos. And here we go. They have a rare Anker Zadi teddy bear, and the price realized was 322 Great Britain pounds, which is our money is worth less, the U.S. dollar. And the description is turn down paws, open mouth, felt open mouth, swivel head, and cream felt paw pads. And this one is dated 1950s. Very interesting. Teddy Ba. And that's German. Now, before putting him in the bin, there was a man from Germany a couple of years ago that I found a whole entire blog about Anker bear, or Anker, A-N-K-E-R, teddy bears. And he wanted people to contact him and sell him every Anker bear that was ever made. He was like a huge Anker bear fan. And sadly, he's just going to stay in this bin. And here he goes. We got to find a spot for him that is safe. Let's put Manny's paw around him. Okay, Manny is going to snuggle with him. And he's going to stay right in there. The next bear we have is another American bear. And this bear is very, very old. Okay, so this bear, if he stays, was made somewhere in the 1920s by a firm that we all know teddy bears for. Gund. Gotta get a Gund. Did you ever hear that? Well, if you're as old as me, you've heard that commercial. Gotta get a Gund. And this guy is between the 20s and 30s. And look at that sweet face. And he has these eyes that were actually stuck in with wires. So those are wire eyes. His little muzzle made out of mohair. He has swivel head and swivel arms. Look at the spoon-shaped paws. I don't know if you can see that. Denoting an earlier bear. He could be earlier than the 20s. And his price, I'm not sure. Going through loads, I typed in the word antique Gund teddy bear. And I'm finding nothing but contemporary bears, which is irritating, to say the least. Very, very, very irritating. And I can't find him anywhere. And, yeah, it's sort of driving me crazy. I think I found one. Let's check him out. And it says 1920s. Hold on. And there's probably going to be no price. eBay US. Watch it like not be found. Of course not. This is what I hate about Pinterest. It's really irritating. And let's check out this one. Very similar. This is actually not the same bear that I have, but I'm trying to click on it to try to get an idea. And it's not going to have it. Nope, of course not. Of course, I click on things and then now I want more things. I'm never happy. This one is a 9-inch Heli teddy bear, Germany, 1930s. Oh my God, look at this little face. Look at that with that little mouth. Oh my God, now I totally want this bear. How can we tell he's from the 1930s? Well, I'll tell you why. Look at his paw pads. They're made out of like some kind of linen and not the usual felt. Well, felt was needed for the war effort during World War II. So what happened is they had to really quickly think, oh crap, what are we going to make teddy bears out of? We can't use mohair, right? We can't use mohair. We can't use felt. I'm sure they had whatever they could to get the mohair to make this bear. But the paw pads are a dead giveaway. This is right around the time of World War II. Why? Because linen was only used around that time. So, because the troops needed the blankets made out of felt and mohair. And how he was made out of mohair even during that time, during the war, when fabric was a scarcity, is amazing. So this is a survivor of World War II. And yeah, I'm going to add him to my watch list. Don't bid on him. Don't bid on him. Yeah, definitely don't bid on him. Funny because right here on Pinterest, I see some of my pictures that I've added on here with my antique teddies. And this is a very rare antique teddy. I forgot who made him, but yeah, I should have added it. I don't know, freaking Pinterest would not allow me to add a comment on my own photo, but this is a very rare German. Let's view the image. Rare German bear. It'll come to me later what maker he was. He was made in the 1920s. A monkey's ass. This Gund Ride-em Cowboy, 1930s Ride-em Cowboy monkey is being sold. It was $1,500, being sold for $1,050. Well, guess how many of these I have in my collection in teddy bear with the original chaps and the original cowboy outfit and the original cowboy hats. I have 2 in my collection. And yeah, if the monkey's selling for them this much, holy cow. The Gund is in there. Next, we have a 1950s Herman, Hermann teddy bear, who is a really big competitor of Steiff, making beautiful, beautiful bears. Look at this blonde beauty. Okay, look at him. Fully jointed. He has his original stitching on his paws, the original felt, and he's probably from the 50s, I'm guessing. No teddy bear expert here, but oops, he fell. But look at his adorable little face, all right? And he's going to be going into the bin as well. His value, I'm going to put on here. Did I already put one? I just wrote 1950s German Mohair Herman teddy bear a while ago. All right, we're going to change the price. He's got a price of my price. This is my price of $225 to $325. I'm going to add his price tag on. Why? Because I don't want my kids giving it away to some schmucks at an estate sale who are going to like get rich quick and flip it on eBay. That's not going to happen because I'm not going to allow it because everything's got tags on it now. Vultures at the estate sale upon my death are going to have to pound sand. They're going to have to pay the prices. Otherwise, I'm going to order my kids to keep this shit. The next guy has this really surprised, shocked Pikachu ICU face. And this was made in England, merry old England. Look at his like oilcloth, little oilcloth paw pads. And I don't know how old he is. My guess is the 50s to the 70s, probably earlier, on the earlier side, 50s, 60s. And this is made by a company by the name of, oh, it's 50s. Okay, I did mark it. Lefray Mohair teddy bear. And he looks a lot like Winnie the Pooh. Tell me he doesn't have like that Pooh face look. And what price am I going to put on him? There are a lot of Lefray teddy bears. Lefray England, eBay and stuff. Anything on eBay is priced way too low. I will tell you that much. The flippers, they just want to make a quick buck, if you know what I mean. This one, $119.99. And yeah, the people on eBay, how do I know? I used to be an eBay flipper. And I would just want to get rid of shiz that I used to get for really cheap. Here's another one, $135. Mine's way cuter by 100 times. Here we go. Here's another one. 50 doll hairs. And yeah, okay. So nobody, these vultures are not going to get my shiz for too cheap. Yeah, definitely not. Wow, look at this one. This one's a really rare one. Holy cow, look at that. How much did it sell? Let's see, it's Christie's. A very rare Lafray teddy bear. A Great British pound realized 960. Holy guacamole. And when was this one made? 1950s and 60s. Okay, but he's nothing like my bear. Yeah, my bear is not rare like this guy. So I'm going to put a price tag of 150 to 200 on my bear. So the vultures and the buzzards coming to my estate sale or garage sale after I drop, do not flip him on eBay. I just put his price on it and went to pick him up. He made a sound and my dog ran away. Let's see if I can get him to do it again. What the hell? Wait a minute, you just made that crazy cow-like noise. Oh, there we go. It was much louder a minute ago. It sounds like a nice fart, doesn't it? Like a nice, like, you know, that type of fart. Well, I'm not going to tell you if I fart or not, but, you know, I'm sure other people that fart, you know, that relieving, like, and then almost like, uh-oh, was it wet? Wait, hold on. Okay, there. You're going here now, young man. You are banished to the box. You are banished to the box. All right, let's get you in there. All right, because you're a hostage, and in order to get my antique dolls back, I have to do this. The next guy is one of the sweetest things I have ever seen in my life. Okay, he's a white bear. He's non-jointed, and he was made by the Knickerbocker Company somewhere in the 1940s to the 1950s. He's a crib pet, and so he would have went into a crib with a baby. And a baby, he was like a I forgot what they called it, a crib cuddler or something like that. But look at his, oh my God, look at his, seriously. Wait, my dog is hiding under there. Are you afraid of the bears? Grover, are you afraid of the bears? Don't be afraid. They're not going to harm you. Oh my God, that's where he ran to when this guy just moaned. He ran under the table. So here we go, Knickerbockers, crib toy. I've never seen one in this good of condition with his fur this white, with the original bow. And again, probably he could be from the 30s to the 50s. Don't know how old. He would have probably had a tag coming out of his belly. But of course, the parents took it away. Is his head jointed? No, nothing's jointed on this guy. Velveteen paws. And, all right, so what price are we going to put on him? Does he have a squeaker? He does, right in the back. But it does not work. So some kid just squeaked the hell out of this thing. All right, so let's take a look at this sweet face one more time before I put him away. I'm going to put a price tag of $125 to $250 on him. So the buzzards at my estate sale when I drop can't flip them on eBay for cheap. You might be saying, why are you calling us people buzzards and vultures? Well, because you are. If you go to those estate sales and garage sales and try to get things for pennies on the dollar, I used to do it too. I was a vulture also, looking for the deals after Granny died. You know what I'm saying? And did I get them? Sure. And you're not going to, because that's it. The price tag is now going on him. Yeah, he's, I looked at him again, and I'm guessing 1930s, 1940s. Now, you generally do not see white mohair. White mohair is very rare, especially to actually still be white when a baby had it. So yeah, you buzzards, I'm going to put the price tag on it now, are not getting this guy for cheap. Hey, I averted some bottom feeders from taking away my booty or my bounty here. Now you might be saying, well, why don't you sell this stuff? And then you can get your dolls back, you'll get money. And then you'll get your dolls back. I'll tell you why I won't sell them. Because guess what? Because there's a new law that if you sell anything and make $600 of profit or more, you have to pay like 27% to the government because you're your own person, your own employer. So you have to pay employee tax also. So if I was to sell this on Etsy or Ruby Lane or eBay, I'm going to have to pay not only all the fees, okay? I'm going to have to pay the credit card processing fees, the shipping materials to ship it out, and also pay 27% to Uncle Sam. So that leaves me with like less than 50% profit, not including the cost. The cost of shipping has gone up so high that to ship this teddy bear, the cheapest method from here to New York to California, would cost me about $50 to $70. And guess what? They take the taxes out of the shipping too. So if I sold this bear for 100 and it cost 50 for shipping, they would take the 27% out of the 150, not the 100 that I sold them for, not including, not to mention eBay or Etsy also takes the fee out of the full amount with the shipping. What am I going to make? Nothing. And that's why I'm not selling them, because I'm not going to give Uncle Sam 27% after these things have been taxed like 60 times over. Like, for example, if you're selling your used couch, right? You bought that couch, you paid taxes, right? Say you bought that couch, and then you had to sell it. Now you're going to have to pay taxes on it again. Ridiculous. What we have here is another Gund. Gotta get a Gund. And he's got ruby colored eyes. Look at the glass, ruby colored eyes. Look at his schnoz. And you might be saying, you tax dodger. Well, I didn't sell anything, right? And I'm not going to sell anything because I'm not going to give all my money away to the government who funds useless wars and gives my money away to people that don't deserve it, who sit on their ass all day and don't work. And yeah, there's some people that are able-bodied that get like freebies from my tax money. Not happening. All right, so you go in the bin too, unsold, because I'm not giving Uncle Sam 27% to fund other people's lifestyles. He's getting a price tag on him right now. And yeah, if you think about it, the income tax was supposed to be abolished after World War One. Because of World War One, they said, oh, only for a little while, you'll have to pay income tax to fund the war. And when the war's over, no more income tax. And guess what? They didn't change it. So why am I going to pay Uncle Sam taxes on something that was taxed 50 times? If you get a pair of Air Jordans, right, from Foot Locker, and you decide you pay taxes, right? You decide you don't want them anymore. You list them on eBay. You got to pay taxes on those Jordans again. And then say somebody else gets the Air Jordans and then decides after 4 months they don't want those Air Jordans anymore. They list it on eBay again and had to pay taxes on those Air Jordans again, with a buyer paying taxes on those Air Jordans that have been taxed 15 times over. Yeah, screw you, government. Okay, so you are going into the basket, and you will probably never see the light of day, and my kids will probably still sell you at a garage sale for 50 cents. Here's a Herman copy of that Anchor Bear. Now, Herman was the first one to make these standing circus bears, and then when Anchor bought them out, they continued the same design. And here's a collectible version, probably made somewhere in the 70s or 80s. He's number 704 out of 2000. And yeah, he's really not worth much. I'm not even going to bother to put a tag on him. I think I paid like 20 doll hairs for him. All right, you're going to go in here. You do have your certificate. Maybe one day, 100 years from now, you might be worth 50 bucks. Okay, this is just too cute for words. So this is a 1950s Mohair Swiss bear. Mutzli. I think he was made by a company called Mutzli, Mutzli. He has a music box built into him. And look, his head just turns to the music. Okay, and I'm just going to show you really fast. Right there on the back. Look at that. See? A Felpa Mutzli. And there's quite a few of them on the internet. I'm afraid to look at the price. And hold on. Let's click on product. And oh, I'm afraid to look. $69.95. You bastards. I hate this. I hate looking up the price of my stuff and finding out that it's pretty much useless. 100 doll hairs. All right, 100 is good. No, that is not a crack pipe. That's an antique perfume bottle. All right, interesting. All right, so what price shall I put on him? So the, yeah, so the little, bastards at the estate sale don't steal him and flip him on eBay. Hold on. Let's check this out. 15 Great Britain pounds. Fuck this. Okay, he's going to get a price tag of 150 to 250. All right, he's got his price tag on. And if my kids sell him for 1 penny less than I put on the tag, I'm going to actually come back from the dead and haunt them. Because I hate bottom feeders. I'm a bottom feeder. I'm not going to lie. When I buy antiques, I'm a complete and utter bottom feeder. I like to get them for really cheap. And these flippers on eBay actually help my cause. That's how I got every single one of these things from the flippers. So I'm not going to lie. They have their use. So meet Mr. Bojangles. I don't know why I just gave him that name. But he is a 1920s, 1930s Gund teddy bear with painted tin eyes. I don't know if you can see that. But his eyes are made out of tin. And they were painted. And he's really, I mean, he's not even threadbare. Gently taken care of all these years. Look how thick his mohair is. I mean, you don't see that. You barely ever see that. Look at the upturned paws telling me he's early. And look at him. He is just a beauty. I wouldn't sell him for less than $250 to $400. If you want to buy any of the bears that you see in this video, you can contact me in the comments and I'll give you my personal information. I will not be paying taxes on these. So you will have to send me a Western Union MoneyGram or a wire transfer, or you will have to pay the taxes on your half and pay my taxes as well. Because I'm not going to pay 27% to the government for something that's used. So if you want him, let me know. His price will increase by 27% of the $250 to $400 doll hairs. There you go. Contrast of that beautiful cinnamon, right? Look at the cinnamon color. A really lovely, lovely color. All right, so this bin is done. So now I get 1 bin of antique dolls back in the hostage negotiation, but there'll be more. Whenever you're done with such an undertaking, always mark your bin with what's inside of there. Otherwise, you'll be sorry one day when there's bins stacked up to the ceiling and you don't know what's in each one. All right, so that's it for this episode. There's plenty more teddy bears that need to go in bins. And so we have the hostage negotiation. For every bin I give my husband of mohair animals, I get a bin of antique Victorian dolls back. And so this hostage exchange hopefully will go well. Dog is still hiding under the table. He doesn't know what's going on. He thinks he's going to be the next one that is going to go into a bin to be traded for my antique dolls. Thanks for watching. See you guys all soon, and so long.